Right here, Carl goes and gets us.
I want to interrupt for one thing. What's really interesting about working with Carl and Isabel, your wife, and working with Marcus, and you talk about Darren, what he's doing with Shakeology, is that we are, we have gone, at least as an organization and as a company, and these amazing people who we call our coaches and our customers, is that we are beginning to destroy that mindset that is, I have to focus on losing weight so I can look good in front of other people who don't care. Right? And we're actually turning that mindset into a mindset that says, I want to be strong, I want to be flexible, I want to be lean, I care about how my body functions in my 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And so as a result of changing that mindset, right, it's not about weight loss, it's not about eating food from a box so you can look good in front of people, whatever, that's just silliness. So we're really changing that. And as a result, people are maintaining their fitness, they're sustaining their fitness. So often people who lose a bunch of weight, whatever it be, 50, 60, 70 pounds, gain it all back with that old philosophy. Now they're keeping it off for 2 and 3 and 4 years. And we've got customers to prove it.
Yeah. So, when you're dealing with elite athletes whose career depends on staying healthy so that they can continue to perform on the field, how do you deal with when they're dealing with slight pain, and whether they should know when to move through it? Because people are going to be doing a lot of new things here and trying to distinguish what is the pain of just being challenged and what is the pain of something chronic, something underlying chronic that they need to back off. Like, I'm just wondering if there's any sort of nuance and advice that you can provide.
Yeah, so I think the governing principle here is that you guys each need to be sailing your own ship with regard to where your body's going. I mean, you need to be in control of this thing, right? You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to feedback signs you're getting with respect to injury, with respect to how your body feels, what kind of balance it has, what kind of fatigue it might be carrying. With respect to the injury stuff, almost everybody has aches and pains at different points. Every athlete we have in, we just spun off an NBA team yesterday, and every athlete in there had something that they were willing to complain about. This thing or that thing, or a little bit of this or a lot of that. And they have the benefit of us being able to dig in and figure out exactly what's going on and then move forward or back away from it a little bit. You guys are pretty much on your own out there, along with your teams. But you don't have a bunch of sports scientists in front of you telling you that this you can push through, this you can't. I think generally the thing to keep in mind, although muscle confusion is an absolute real principle, it's at the heart of adaptation. Your body doesn't like to get shocked too much. It likes subtle changes. It likes to be developed to this level, and then to this level, and then to this level, and then given an environment that's a little hard for it up here and a little hard for it here, you just keep taking these little steps. So if you haven't done any big plyometrics, if you haven't done any big power-based movements, you don't go in with everything you have on every rep right out of the gates. You got to ease into these things. I mean, it's only common sense, but it's easy to get lost in that when you've got somebody as inspirational as this guy or the other instructors that they have here directing things. So your body doesn't like to take big leaps. It likes to be adapted at this level and then get exposed to an environment that forces it to adapt to this level and then to this level and so on. Is that it?
Yes, no, that helps. A little bit of clarity. Again, we're not expecting everybody here to be a trainer or even advisor from that perspective. You're coaches, but sometimes we can get really overzealous in trying to push people and hammer through it. And it's really important that you listen to your body, especially as we ramp up the intensity of things. And we want to feel good about challenging you and your customers, which means we all have to have the agreement that we allow you and your customers to back off if they feel like they might be getting into the red zone. You've got to know when to ratchet it back if you're going to perform at this level, because we are getting at an elite level with TurboFire, Asylum, and of course P90x and P90x2. So I just wanted to get your perspective on it so everybody has permission to back off a little when it's needed.
Can you talk a little bit about the stretching technique that we're going to find different with PFD than you would traditional stretching?
Yeah, I guess, and a little bit more on Carl's point, you just have to trust that these things that are important for your body working well, that include shoulder stability, hip stability, mobility over joints, flexibility, all these are things your body needs to work well. And these programs are going to have these pieces built in. And this P90x2 has all of these facets that your body needs to evolve into a healthy functioning body built into it. You know, it's not like we're just going to try to make things hard and push on you, right? It gets damn hard, but there's a whole lot of thought that goes into it. And the thought is towards keeping your body working well for a long time, not just tomorrow. So with respect to stretching, Tony asked about this neurointegrated stretching that we're doing. You know, it's essentially a spin-off or a refined version of P&F stretching, which is essentially stretching where you first fire either the muscle you're going to stretch or the antagonistic muscle. You know, if we're going to stretch our quad, it's either firing the quad and holding that, or firing the hamstring and holding that, and then stretching the quad. And what happens is you get the muscle a little more plastic, a little looser, a little more rubbery for the stretch. It kind of lets go of the nervous system that might hold on to it and hold too much tension. If you tighten it up first, or you tighten up the antagonistic muscle first.
All right, cool. All right, well, look, Marcus, I appreciate the information that you've given us. We're about running out of time, so we're going to talk a little bit about diet, but I really appreciate you. Marcus, Elliot, thank you so much for